So I have established an alternative paradigm in which we perceive things because we believe them to be there. If we consider an additional hypothesis, namely that we perceive things because we want them to be there, we've brought emotions into the equation. According to A Course in Miracles, in every moment we are either willing or wishing to see the things we see. Willing is what we all do when we are wanting what is true, and wishing is what we're doing when we are wanting what isn't true to be true. Interestingly, Freud said that dreams are an expression of wish fulfillment. These psychological phenomena, which we can all see have been accelerated and magnified by social media, are inferential signs that the astounding paradigm shift is happening. We are in the process of changing our minds from thinking the world is happening independently of our minds to thinking the world might just be our inner world reflected outward. This brings us to one final psychological phenomena which encompasses all of the others: projection. The whole argument of scientists like Donald Hoffman can be reduced to the claim that our minds are like movie projectors, projecting a virtual reality onto a blank screen. A Course in Miracles is making the same claim in its explanations of the metaphysics of the perception. It discerns, however, between projection and extension. To clarify, they are the same in that whatever is present in your internal realm will be reflected onto the world you perceive. Jesus claims we have a choice as to whether to extend with the Holy Spirit or to project with the ego. When we do the former, we see the innocence of our brothers and sisters, or the Christ in them, or their holiness. All these words are interchangeable, by the way. If we do the latter, we'll see everything and everyone is separate from us, and this will result in our perceiving images of fear and guilt. The choice is ours, and the choice is continual in that we do make it in every moment. One basic law, whether it's projection or extension, is that we keep what we project. This is a fact about the dynamics of the system. It's not negotiable, in other words. It's just the way it works. Quote, "We said before that what you project or extend is up to you. But it is not up to you to decide whether to utilize this dynamic, for it is a law of mind. Perception is projection. And you look in before you look out. As you look in, you choose the guide for seeing, and then you look out and behold his witnesses. This is why you find what you seek. What you want in yourself, you will make manifest by projection, and you will accept it from the world because you put it there by wanting it." This truth even crept into hip-hop world in the 1990s with Tupac Shakur's concept of thug life. Thugs stands for the hate you give, and his claim was also that you keep all the hate you give. It's a simple and profound statement that when you're hating somebody, you are essentially drinking poison and hoping they will die. You might want to give up your grievances for your own peace of mind. The process of projection needs to be understood more completely. What happens is a series of steps involving the unconscious mind. Did you know that by most estimates, somewhere around 95% of our mind's functions are unconscious? That means that we are not aware they are happening. All of these psychological phenomena I've mentioned, like the observer effect and the echo chamber, fit this bill. When we remember that we're susceptible to these laws of perception, we become conscious of them. The important thing to realize is that even when we're not shining a light on them, they're still happening. A Course in Miracles often refers to us hiding the truth from ourselves, and the unconscious mind is where we hide it. So the first step of projection is hiding the things from ourselves. We do this by placing that in the unconscious. That thing might be a part of ourself which is presently activated, like an impulse or instinct which we want to deny because we believe it is not moral to carry it out. Once in the unconscious, it gets projected onto other people. Say we feel greedy sometimes, but we secretly hate ourselves for it. We hide our own instinct for greediness in our unconscious mind, and from there, it gets projected out onto others. We then react to the greediness in others with disapproval and judgment. It would be a very useful trick if it actually left us feeling some relief, but like Tupac understood, it just doesn't work that way. If we hide all our aggressive instincts from ourselves through this process, we wind up seeing other people as having aggressive intentions, and we end up afraid of the world that we have projected. Jungian shadow work is one of the remedies for this unfortunate potential in all of us. If we can look inward with radical self-honesty, and see all the fear being projected originates from there, then and only then can we begin to deny it. The best option is to look upon it, but stop short of making it real. If we don't look at it first, we don't know it's there, and we can't deny something we don't know is there. To our awareness, there's nothing there to get rid of, but only because we've hidden it from ourselves. It now looks to us like all the fear and hatred is out there in the world, but what have we brought ourselves? Now we can be justifiably afraid of the world and not take any responsibility for our part in making it so frightening. This might help us emotionally because we can see ourselves as the victim rather than the aggressor. But pragmatically speaking, we have hidden the real problem from ourselves, which makes solving it impossible. Whoever our particular boogeymen are, we must first recognize that the fearful image we have placed on them is a product of our own internal potential for evil, which we are afraid to look upon. It would make living with ourselves more complicated. Then we must recognize that reallocating it to things in the external world isn't a permanent fix to the problem, but rather a magnification of the problem. Now it's both out there in the world and it's still in us because we keep what we give. That's basically how projection works. Tomorrow, I'll talk about what it looks like to apply this knowledge to our lives. Thank you for joining me, and if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.